Hi everyone, this is Data Science Diary and today we are going over web scraping. So say you got your request and response correctly and everything works as great. You put your response in a beautiful soup constructor and you look at the constructor and you find the HTML content there, but you are still not able to get the useful information out. So how do you get the useful information out? Let's find out. On the website you're looking to scrap, open the developer tools by pressing F12. You will see the HTML content there. Go over this little icon there. That will make you able to hover over each element and the corresponding HTML code for it. So let's say for example you are looking to get this result. So you press on it and it will direct you to the HTML code. So when you are web scraping, you are looking for something to identify or a tag that you can use for web scraping. This line of code contains an h1 at the beginning and then the result, as you can see. Let's use h1 as a tag and see if it can get us the results we're looking for. So on your editor and using the soup variable, we are going to use the find method and we're gonna give it the h1 tag. It gives us an answer, but however that's not the line of code we are looking for. This means that there is another line of code that comes first that has this h1 tag. So let's try to, instead of finding the first one, we are going to find all the line of code that have the h1 tag. We actually got 3 results, so that means there are 3 line of code that contains the h1 tag. And if we go back to our website, we can figure out the 3 lines of tags are actually in those lines. So if I open this, there is h1 here, and if I open this one, there is also an h1 there, h1 there. Those 3 elements are characterized by having the h1 tag in their line of code. So going back over the code, the results are present in a Python list and we can easily traverse through the list using the brackets. First element is the seeding number, the second element is the score, and the third is the percentage. So if you want to get rid of this h1 at the beginning and end by using getText method, you only get the text. To say you don't want this text, you want it actually to be a number, an integer or a float. This is a string, so you can traverse this string and only get the numbers and then maybe switch those numbers into a float. So to do that, you will just use the square bracket from the beginning till you get the first 5 characters. Yeah, and then transfer this block into a float, so you get just a number. So another example, say you want to scrap all of these results collectively. So what you have to do is press on F12 to open the developer tool, then press on the inspect element button and go over this big element right here, not each one of them, right, but the huge element that contains all of the other elements. So once you click on it, you can go and traverse these lines of code till you find the last line of code before the results, right? Those are the results, each and every one of them, and this is the last line of code that we can use to identify our results. And it also has a class and ID. We can use these tags to identify it. By using our soup variable, we can use a find method and also apply the ID and class to find this element and all of its corresponding branches. So if I go back to our web page and I can see here the class and also the ID, the role, we can try using just the class and the ID. So after copying the class, we can paste it in an attribute class, and also the ID, which is builds tab, we just use it and paste it in the ID tag and just run the code. So what you're getting is all the sub branches that corresponds to this single line of code. To further explore our results, we are looking for more ways to identify exactly what we're looking for. So if we go back to our web page, there you can find that every one of the results are present in its own line of code. So let's try one of them, for example, and if you open it, we have 2 lines of code. Each line of code here contains the span tag, so we can use this tag to extract the information. However, we need to use find all, so we get all the results and then we can find exactly what we need from the list of the results. So let's try to code it. Start by using the find all method and give it the span, and let's see what we got. So great, we only need the text, right? So we can just say dot get text, and we are encountering an error because find all gives a list. First we need to select an element from the list to use the get text method on. So I'm just going to try the first text. Moving forward, if you want to get the result of this subject, we just add 1, so we get the result of the subject, and if we add another one, we get the next subject, and if we add another one, you get the score of this subject. So the even numbers are the subjects, and the preceding odd number is the score of this subject, and we can confirm it through the website. Usually when you work with Beautiful Soup, you will be using the find and find all method, but if you want to explore it more, I advise you to read the documentation. You can find everything about Beautiful Soup and their parser there, so make sure to buy them a visit. That's about it for web scrapping. Next video we'll go over a method that can let you scrap a lot of results in mere seconds. Stay tuned and see you next time.